First of 3 shots to eliminate the Chicago Blackhawks on their road ice this time in Game 5. So far, the series has gone in our favor. I know we had the rough opening to the series on the road where, if we go back here, we look at Game 1, we did not deserve to win Game 1, at least based on the way we opened that game and opened the series. However, we pulled a bit of a comeback out of our cheeks and won in overtime. Game 2 could have gone overtime. We left the comeback effort a little bit too late. Had we not given up 5 goals, I like to think if we'd only given up 4, I think we could have found a tying goal in there somewhere. But we scored 3, I think, in the third period, and just a 2-goal deficit was too much to overcome to tie it at 5-5, if you know what I'm saying. So that game did not go to overtime, obviously. However, things go back home to Calgary on home ice, and game number 3, one of the best episodes of this entire GM mode series, I might reiterate to you, went to triple OT, and we claimed victory on Aaron Ekblad's power play goal. I think it was on the power play, but in overtime, Aaron Ekblad gets it done. Again in triple overtime. Game 4 goes to overtime at a 1-1 score, and it is Tyler Seguin getting it done, the captain of the Calgary Flames, leading the way to victory. We're very fortunate right now to be up 3-1 in the series. I can definitely tell you, I feel that this series should be tied at 2-2. Chicago has been a formidable foe. They have earned my utmost respect, and I expect them to come back out flying on home ice in Game 5. Overtime victories at the Saddledome. We have given ourselves 3 chances to get the job done. We have that 3-1 series lead. It's a big cushion. Any team would kill to have a 3-1 series advantage going into a Game 5, especially being on the road. If there is a Game 7, should it come to that, I wouldn't be surprised. It would be played right here in Chicago at the United Center. So something that you may not have noted, I love how this breakout play, by the way, just allows the defenseman to spur himself into the zone. Oh my God, Jonathan Blum, that was incredible. I know that didn't really do much of anything, but that was pretty crazy. He managed to get himself in good position. I have not abandoned my 1-2-2, but that's not what I was going to talk about. The Hawks are offside here on the dump-in, so hopefully that means Taves is going to go sit on the bench for just a little bit, and we can get some reprieve from that first line of the Chicago Blackhawks. Laxo, that's what it was. Laxo is injured. So you may not have noticed this. It was not in the end of the last episode. There he is! And he's making his physical presence known with all the power of a rhinoceros. It is Rasmus Ristolainen. Rasmus Risto the Rhinoceros. Risto the Rhino? Oh my goodness! Did you see the puck physics on that dump-in? We had Crawford in the spread eagle mode. That was crazy. Faxa playing it back down low for Toulouse. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Toulouse not quite prepared for that. So yes, Rasmus Ristolainen called up. He was down in the A, and he is on the ice at this exact moment with Simon Love. He's on the second D pairing. He is completely filled in for lack. Look at these deeks. That's Ristolainen. What a move by Ristolainen. All right, Kostitsyn down low. Hanowski, Granlund. Whoa, missed the net all the way entirely. So Ristolainen looks like he just fits right in this group with this defense pairing. The Hawks are temporarily, we keep him from getting back and touching up. Is that going to become an icing? Not quite enough. Not quite enough. That's good enough for me. So this is this weird breakout play that we got going. And again, I want to explain myself. The reason I created that breakout play the way that I did, Ben Hanowski dekes it into the pad of Crawford. The reason I have that breakout play the way that it is simply just to get the other skaters moving, so they just get some general movement and create some space for themselves. However, when I take the puck out from behind the net with the defenseman, the AI skaters do not move fast enough for the created play to actually be effective. So all it really is doing is just buying me time to skate the puck out from behind the net with the defenseman, which is fine. It's better than nothing at all. At least it gets the players moving and draws attention away from the puck carrier behind the net. Seguin should have had the puck there. So the Hawks back away, full charge toward the attacking zone. They're content to dump this in because their forecheck has been a problem. At least on home ice it has been. They've been a really good team in this series. The series score might fool you. That's why I said school. The series score might fool you into believing that this has been Calgary Flames domination, but it has been anything but, as both games that were played in Calgary went to overtime. And you can argue that every game in this series should have gone to overtime. We should have played a much better game too. We did not. Back to the point. We're just looking to move this puck. Blum to the corner. Just taking what's available. Caron wraparound style. All right, that's fine with me. Polinen, you have a chance to keep this puck in. Shying away from that contact. Blum, little stutter step move around the defender. Skates in past Shaw. Shoots. Glove side save by Crawford. Nice move by the defenseman, getting some space for himself. It's all about patience at that blue line. If you can guarantee yourself that you're going to draw one of the forwards to you. I don't know if we're going to see it on the replay. If you can just find a way around them, you can see what kind of space you're going to get. If you can just get away from... Oh, let's see what Ristolainen's shot is. Okay, that's fine. I mean, he got it in the general direction of the net. So Ristolainen working with his new D partner, Simon Luff. Down low for Toulouse, a little bit out of reach there for Toulouse. That's fine. We're all about grinding this around. You can see the way the players are positioned, that even when you rim it around, the forecheckers are not going to allow you that free space to get out of the zone on the weak side. It's not going to be that easy getting out on the weak side. So help me out, Ristolainen. Yeah, nice little D-to-D work here. Headman. Can we windmill? Oh, not quite. Okay. Maybe a little optimism from myself, believing that Hanowski had that windmill pulled off. So we're going to be 1-2-2, both in the neutral zone and the attacking zone on the forecheck. So when we play that neutral zone style, it's a bit of a 1-2-2 trap. And in the offensive zone, when we don't have the puck and we're forechecking, it's a 1-2-2. Golf at that. Yeah! Good play by Kostitsyn. Now, you got to have legs here, buddy. He has more than legs. He has... Oh, my! The patience of Kostitsyn. He had moves, but Crawford had better saves. Or a save. It was a singular save by Corey Crawford. I could feel it. You know, these two teams, they definitely are destined to meet each other. Now, the question is, are they destined... Oh, that was a good play on Ekblad. Are they destined to go 7 games? Are they destined to play more than 5? That's an icing. We have these guys on the ropes right here. I say it very often. When you have an opportunity and you got a team whose back is pressed against the wall, you have to finish the job. You have your foot firm on their throat. Finish them off. Don't give them any extra life here. So you can see we got space here with Seguin. We're going to bump to the outside. Nice move to Smith. This line is working well. Cut back move. Now back to the point to Blum. He's had space. He's had a lot of space to shoot the puck tonight. That's the second time that Jonathan Blum has gotten into an open area with a shot on the goal. The issue is he is shooting it into Crawford, so it's an easy save for Crawford. But it's a shot on goal nonetheless. If we get down in this game, we played a much better, opening, what have we played, about 10 minutes or more? We've had a much, laid into by Clefbaum. We've had a much better opening, first period than we did, that's offside, than we did in games 1 and 2 that were played here in Chicago. And I don't know if this is a hit by Clefbaum indeed. He needed to go sit on the bench and catch his breath for a little while. LeBlanc. I don't know. I don't know what the exact pronunciation is. And I said it earlier. I really don't care. Not of the greatest importance to me is the pronunciation. I'm worried about winning a hockey game and a series, of course, than I am about someone's pronunciation, especially for the opposition team. I butchered some of my own players' names. That's the first time we've been tested in this game. Peter Mrazek was quick to that one. We're hemmed in for a second here. Ristolainen. Got to get it out. It's crazy, man. We picked Ristolainen up off of waivers from Buffalo. They sent him on waivers, and he's an 82 overall defenseman. Karan. That's fine with me. Now back on the net. There we go. Just simple hockey. If you get a chance to get it on the net, that's fine with me. Down low. We're going to twist it for Karan. It's going to bounce away, but Karan still has it. In from the D, Ristolainen way over the net. We're going to punch that back in. Excellent little shift here from the Flames. Now, the Hawks had a chance to get it out here, and that goes out of play off the stick of Kostitsin. And that's fine with me because we're going to get an attacking zone face-off, I would imagine, maybe. That's a nice, that could surprise the goaltender. If it finds a way 5-hole and into the net, you never know. So it is a neutral zone face-off because it did go off Kostitsin's stick. I wasn't sure if the game would be aware of that or not. If EA didn't have that programmed in here, I wouldn't make a big deal out of that. If that ended up being a D-zone face-off for Chicago, obviously, I guess I wouldn't be too up in arms about that. And anyway, we played this puck out of the attacking zone that we had there on that possession. No forecheck from me here. I'm just going to chip it in. Eller, stop. Faxa. I didn't like the shooting angle that we had there. I really didn't. Bump back down for Faxa. We got to get on D because Lievo is free and away, but he's a little out of juice, so he's going to go on a line change. I'm going to dump this in because I don't like what I'm seeing out here. And again, it's out of play. So this is definitely a neutral zone face-off. As Yuri Talusti flipped it over the glass behind Crawford, we're going to do it on the right side of the neutral zone dot here. Near side to the Chicago defensive zone. Hawks have brought it up toward the Flames defensive zone, and of course it is now in our zone. Morin back to the point. Keith from the left side blue line slapped that one in, and we will have a left side dump in off the stanchion. This is actually on side. Perry, oh man, a weird one. Off the stanchion led to a fortunate bounce for the Flames, and Corey Perry was the benefactor on that play. Almost scored a goal. I want to see an entire replay of that save. Everything. I want to see a replay of that whole sequence. Crawford just stuck the pad out at the last moment as Perry tried to go backhand on him. It's been all Flames to start this game. Now we're into the late stages of the first period. We're going to be pushed back behind the blue line. So just the muscularity of Stevenson was too much for Simon Luff. The muscular body of Chandler Stevenson. Flipping this down the rink, so just be there, Hanowski. It was just a hope and a prayer on that one, I guess. Kostitsin with a move. It actually ends up to Granlund's stick. We'll punch it to the outside and across to Kostitsin. That was not what I was expecting to have happen there. You can see that we're in a real tight one-on-one battle here. So I want a defenseman to jump up here. It's Simon Luff. He's going to jump way inside the blue line, and we're going to be really aggressive on that forecheck. If we get caught, it is what it is. I got a forward covering rather. I've got Ristolainen kept down on the short side by Mrazek. I'm going to keep the second pair on the ice for this face-off, but I'm going to go first line. And the second pair was just out there with Ristolainen, who is paired with Simon Luff. That was a trickier save than it might first appear for Peter Mrazek. He kept the gate closed on the short side with a VH positioning, which I think we had an all-out discussion about VH and RVH in the last episode. There's that stop move. Now down low is Sagan. We don't have anything. I'm just sending it down low again. You guys have got to support below the net. What in the world? I don't know what happened. We have a little bit of a change here between Luff and Ristolainen, changing sides. Kumala cuts back toward the point. Let's just pressure him. We want to get out of the period. Block the shot. Save. Mrazek covers right in the breadbasket. 2 seconds left in the period. We'll get a whistle. And there's Corey Perry going after... Who wears 57? Kumala? I don't know if that's who that is. But Corey Perry with a little bit of after the whistle antics. At least he's doing it for my team. There have been so many times where he would do that for the opposing team. So we'll just hammer this or not. That's fine. We got the horn. It's a good thing we had just 2 seconds on the clock. A nothing tie out of the end of one period of play. I think this is the first time in this series the first period has not had a score, is it not? Is that the first time we haven't had a goal in the first period in this series? It certainly is the first time we haven't had a goal in the first period in Chicago. Well, we've been possession demons in the first period of play. I liked a lot of the offensive zone shifts that we did have, but we're not out shooting the Hawks as much as I would have presumed coming out of the first 20 minutes of play. We only outshot them 9 shots to 6. But then again, we were very patient as well with the chances we were taking on the net. I wanted to try to get a good quality look on Corey Crawford because, I mean, that's basically, let's be honest, is what it's going to take. What was that move by Corey Perry? Back to the point. Put Ekblad in a tough spot with that one. Blum over the net. Okay, yeah, Perry is having a good game and a good shift here. Perry tried to deke around Corey Crawford on that and almost made that move successful. I wish he could have gotten on the other side of that puck. Who knows what would have happened. It's a dump in on Mrazek for the most part there. Chip play to Riley Smith. He's going to skate it away. Riley Smith, oh my God, Riley Smith, perfectly done. But no execution on the other side of that deke. That was a dump in well more than halfway down the boards. Fortunately for me, Radek Fax is waiting there to collect this one. Dump in toward the 5-hole of Corey Crawford. You can see the 1-2-2 forecheck going to work. We have the one guy way in below the goal line on that forecheck, putting the pressure on. It hasn't really meant anything on this shift because the Hawks did get it away. Oh, Simon Love, dangerous place to do a deke there. We'll give that up for Eller. Eller to the outside, buying time for teammates, and then just send it down low. Thank you, Talusti, for being there. In the corner, out of the corner is Talusti. Ristolainen, load the gun. Ristolainen, oh my God, Ristolainen. Maybe he should have stayed in the AHL. Hold on, let's see here. Let's see here. What can the big boy do? Okay, but maybe not stay in the AHL if you're Ristolainen. That was neat. He made that very difficult for Crawford. Here comes Peary. Save, rebound, LeBlanc. It kicks out into the high slot area. Jalmerson shot over the net and wide of it. Carried away up the left wing. Hanowski will dump from the left wing at the red line, just gaining the red and sending it right in. There's the 1-2-2. Still just going to hone in on that 1-2-2. We ran it the last couple of games that we played in Chicago, and it didn't go in our favor at all. Kostitsyn cutting back away from the pressure. There it is on the weak side. Karan up the left wing has the break in. He's going to cut across the middle. Saucered into an area for, I imagine that was Hanowski that he saucered it for. It was intercepted, of course, and dumped back in by the Hawks. Blum having a tough handle with the puck. To the rescue is Karan with a big defensive play. Maybe give that guy the Selkie. Now Karan through the middle. Karan a deke around the Blackhawks to the right side. Going to kick it behind the net of Crawford. Got to get that forecheck going if we want to get retrieval of this puck. Instead, it's going to be up the left wing board. Stevenson a dump in from there. He was forced to by the Flames defense. Smith helping out. His defenseman Ekblad nudged off the puck by Andrew Shaw, poked away by Ekblad from Shaw. Back out to center ice off the rebound. Played by Letty, who was ran into hard by the scintillating hit of Corey Perry. I imagine that's who that was. Another scintillating hit, this time by Aaron Ekblad. Played off from the net area to Bork. There's just so much going on. Perry with a nice deke around. Passes ahead for Riley Smith. An ill-advised pass for Smith. It ends up in the Blackhawks D zone. Here comes the forechecking pressure going to work from Calgary. Rink wide Kumala. He's going to break it in. Good defensive positioning forces another dump in for Chicago. Hanowski again, left wing side this time. Hanowski will cut back away from the pressure. A little pirouette move across for Kostitsyn in the dead slot area. One-timer that missed the net. Kostitsyn taking a spill on the ice. Olsen now playing it behind his own net. Up the boards here for Jalmerson. He gets help from Bork, the winger. Up that left wing side. Played off of the puck there to Granlund here by Calgary, rather. Away from Chicago, in Chicago ice. It is Olsen ahead. Man pass covered by Mrazek. Will get a whistle. The first one in a long time in this game. I can finally catch my breath and collect my brain cells for a moment. Man, that was a prime opportunity. You don't get many of those in a game like this one. You can see by the score on the scoreboard, nobody has broken through yet. And we're halfway through this game as well. We have officially clinched the halfway point in the game, or at least that's what I would assume. In regulation play, I should emphasize. We don't know what this game remains to be seen. Pollen in a dump-in creates a very good rebound for Calgary, but Karan not able to quite get to that one. Center ice for Peary, given back to Morin. A little bit of a bump, give and go there, but not enough speed for the Chicago Blackhawks. That's off the side of the net. That's an interference penalty, I imagine, given to Ollie, the first penalty we've seen in this game. He was standing net front, and he meant business when he did it. He trucked that guy. Completely trucked him. There was a rebound. He never gave the Hawks player a chance to get to that rebound. He just smack-daddied that guy into the ice surface. Oh my goodness, Mrazek with the save of all saves right now. Because every save right now in a scoreless game is a timely save. It keeps the game obviously scoreless and keeps the Hawks off the board on a big power play that has been extremely deadly in this series. I can't tell you how dangerous this Chicago power play has been. We just can't put these guys on the man advantage too often. Luff with an ill-advised pass out of the zone. Oh, and he puts it in his own net. Duncan Keith is going to get credit for the first goal in this game. It's going to be a power play goal. It's going to be an own goal. For all intents and purposes, this is an own goal. Just trying to make the right play, you know? Sticks on the ice. Everything they teach you as a little kid, sticks on the ice, but just not at the right time in the right place. They didn't even really deserve or earn that goal. Maybe they did earn it. I don't think they deserved that goal, but you can certainly, I guess, make an argument that they did. Go get it back on the score sheet. Keith Ollie, you're the man that took the... Oh my god! Oh my goodness! When Keith Ollie is on the ice, bad things are afoot. Ooh! Oh! No! Why the point? Why the point, man? You had a forward wide open in the slot for a one-timer. Ollie plays this to himself, banked off the boards, and then subsequently off the net. Keith Ollie, get off the freaking ice surface, my man. Slap that puck in, go on a change. We got a little forechecking action going. Look at how aggressive the forecheck is. Push him, pressure him up the boards. Defensemen need to start activating a little bit more on that forecheck so we can get that puck back. I'm sending this around weak side. Karan is on those weak side boards on the left side of the ice, and he's still pressuring it. Gets it away from Taves. This is the Jordan Karan show on this shift. Karan, oh man, he's just going to do it all on his own. Why not? The trade acquisition from the Boston Bruins. I don't know if I ever finished the story about Ristolainen, because I mean, I go off on tangents all the freaking time, but why did you dump it? Why did you dump it to our zone? Why? Oh my god. Just making me have to go a full oh my god. Making me have to go a full 200 feet up the ice to break it back into the zone. And at least this is played back offside temporarily. So back to Ristolainen. We acquired him from the Buffalo Sabres on waivers. There's a tongue twister for you. For me anyway. And he's like I said, an 82-something overall defenseman. How did Buffalo just give up on that guy so quickly? They just didn't even. It's like they didn't even try with Ristolainen. So I claimed him. I'm like, hey, that's a free player. We can stick him down in the AHL because I mean we have too much depth for him. But should we deal with an injury in the playoffs, he could just slide right in. And here we are. We need a player like Ristolainen in the playoffs because remember the 5-minute major hit in the last game that had Jonathan Taves ejected? Is that who got ejected? Whoa, what a tough little blocker save from Corey Crawford, but he handled the deal very well, keeping this one at a scoreless affair for the Calgary Flames at least. There's that slap shot clear out play, and that one is cleared even further into neutral ice by Yuri Talusti. And I think, who did I mention? It's Laxo that is injured. I think Laxo is out for the rest of the playoffs. It's a pretty serious injury. Whatever he did, I didn't check the injury status of what actually happened to him, but it's a pretty significant and serious injury. I think it was like, it said he'd be out till basically, I think the rest of the playoffs. I have to double check that though. We'll check it in the menu after this game if I remember. And I don't know what the penalty's coming up for. Another one to Chicago. Corey Perry, so I didn't control Perry on that shift when the penalty was taken, so it's not me. Interference probably. Boarding. Oh, that's a bad one. That's a really, really bad one. That's definitely boarding. Well, before I actually saw the hit, I was assuming maybe interference. That was rough. So, I'm all about killing this. No power kill here. We need to get through this. We know Chicago has a great power play. And not even necessarily because we scored that own goal on the last PK, but they just do have a good power play. We've had trouble defending it in this series. That being said, we did have that significant 5-on-3 PK in game number 3 and OT number 2. I think it was in the second overtime period that allowed us to ultimately end up winning that game. I need my special teams to come through one more time. I need to be on the power play at some point in this game as well. You got to give me a power play opportunity in this game at some point. So, again, I just want to flip this cleanly down the ice. Get it out of the zone. Buy yourself time to kill the penalty. It's just a one-goal game right now. Right now, it is. Until, okay, the net has come free, I guess, but it barely moved. It did move. It moved and then it went right back into place. If it went back into place, can you really blow the... Well, whatever. Blow the play dead. It was in our zone. Why am I complaining about a whistle when the play was in our end of the rink on a penalty kill? There we go. That was a good block. Back to the point. There's that point shot deflection in front. Clear the rebounds. Yeah, I don't like the sight of this. Blum. Out of the zone? Not quite. Yes, Riley Smith. Just the man you want to have a breakaway here. Power kill lives, and it thrives on. Riley Smith. Did he just take a slap shot from the goal line? Oh, Riley Smith, your methods. I don't understand them, but maybe I don't have to. We got through the big PK. We need to just close the shift off without a goal. Close this shift off. Why did you do a deke cleft bomb? The deke did work out. Masterful moves by Perry. Backdoor just intended for Sagan, out of reach. Missed opportunities for the Flames right now in this game. Oh, that's you. That's you, Sagan. Oh, man, where to go with this? Offside. Oh, that's still onside. That's huge. That's clutch. Clutch that it's onside. Kick it. Get some help. Where do we go? Where do we go? Behind the net. Behind the net. I don't have a lot of time to make these decisions. In front, Sagan spinner on, but it was blocked down in front. It was blocked out in the goal crease area. Very close to it anyway. It never got to Corey Crawford. Kostitsin had it. He made a beeline for the puck, but he couldn't get it. The dump in. Far side by the Hawks. They're in on that forecheck. Peary is crunched just a bit. Enough to disrupt Peary anyway. Stick lift attempt by Blum. Blum other side to Ekblad, and then rimmed back around on a reverse to Hanalski. He gets out of the zone, makes a deke move that actually buys him space. Granlund to move around. Granlund to the back door. It's right into Corey Crawford, right in that pathway of Corey Crawford. Ristolainen, I need your best defensive display here. Luff ships it up the boards cleanly to Kostitsin. That was a smooth move. Now Granlund. A windmill move to get to the outside. Granlund in front. Hanowski, that was the play that has tied the game. Windmill move to the outside and then feed it in the slot to Ben Hanowski. Number 50 comes through. Clutch goal that has tied the game. And all the windmill is about is just to get space so you can make that pass in the first place. That's all that you do with the windmill. Just get some space for yourself away from the defenseman. Even if it's to the outside, I don't care. We're sending that pass to the middle anyway. I had a feeling that we were just never going to get on the scoreboard in this game. You got to be relentless with it. You got to keep pressing on. So I don't care what Corey Crawford's doing in the net. Eller, Why would you do a toe drag? So you can do that. Oh, Toulouse pushes the net off as he pushed Letty into the... No, Hjalmarsson, rather. Hjalmarsson into the net. And it has come free. It's in the corner. We are testing that we should have been on the rebound. We're testing Crawford now. We are in this goaltender's head. No longer in our own head about this game. Another game destined for OT. Ristolainen and toward the corner, though. The big miss. Karan fed in front. Karan, just go get your own loose puck. And not really a rebound. That was well defended by Luff. I mean, the best way I could have defended that play. Karan has he's been a player of the game. Weird one shoveled on the blocker's side hand. Karan, stay up there. Get in on that forecheck. Hit Letty. He certainly did. He put a Superman-level charge into the Blackhawks player. He ended up in the corner on his backside. Luff, receive it. Receive it. We're going to wrist it up there to Lusty. Headman for Eller. And just on in time are the Hawks on a change for Talusti. Bump to the... Oh, Talusti couldn't get the chance on the net. That'll be played back by Ristolainen off the good stick of Eller. That'll be furthered into the zone by Eller. Oh, I thought Crawford was certainly going to play that. He has the skills. That'll be flipped back in. Keith Ollie, we're onside with his forechecking play, so if we can get possession... Oh, yeah, Keith Ollie making up for his mistake earlier. It's been all Flames right now. All right, Clefbaum, a windmill move to get a shot on goal. I tell you, I like using that windmill move just to get into open space on the ice. A lot of stuff going on in these last few shifts. It's been Calgary Flames momentum. Calgary Flames level momentum. Do we have a game-winning goal on our hands? Or again, will we find ourselves in an OT game? And the Flames are perfect in this series in overtime, by the way. We have won 3 of 3 games in overtime in this series. The Hawks' only win of the series, it came in regulation play. I want to keep dumping it back in. I believe in this forecheck right now. I really do. Just look at that. We were right. We were positionally sound on that one. We just didn't get it back. Go get after it, Kostic, and have some urgency. Not quite the urgency level that we're trailing, as if we were trailing in the game. But we need to play as if, this series is on the line, as if it's Game 7, next goal wins. It's not Game 7, but the next goal likely does win. Oh, my God. Riley Smith, you could have been right in the right place at the right time. He still could be. The forecheck is pretty relentless, is it not? You can rim that up that weak side, but, someone's going to be right there. There's always going to be a forechecker in your face. Oh, we're beat. We're beat with Ekblad. But Blum, I don't know why I dove with Blum. Sagan, stick side save. That actually pops the rebound right out. We missed Talusti. Icing? Icing? No, it's waved off. The linesman has waved off icing. I know there's not actually a linesman on the ice, but we are just going to pretend like there is one. And he waved it off for icing. This is onside. He's not going to give us an offside call there. Ristolainen beat to the puck. And then it goes to LeBlanc. And I'm going to aerial flip this. How is that not a penalty? How's that not a penalty? Hold on. Jeez, Talusti. He was not playing around on that one. Save, rebound, covered. Ooh. I want to see the hit from Talusti at center. He never even got a chance to play the puck. I mean, he extrapolated everything out of that hit. What an aggressive play by Mrazek. Look at how far out of the blue paint he is. Out in the white ice to make that save. If he gives up a rebound that was any bigger than the one that he had, that's probably going in the net. Just saying. Give me control of Granlund. I actually prefer to be the F2 or the F3 on the forecheck because I feel like I can position them where I want to be. And I mean, it's doing wonders for us. We're just creating turnovers all over the ice. So again, you go in hard after the puck AI player, and then I'm just going to have that F2 or F3 just hang around near the boards and try to force them to rim it around. Force that pressure up the boards and get that turnover. That's just the basic premise of a 1-2-2 forecheck, is it not? Oh, we missed the pass because he was going on a change. So get back on defensive position here, Keith Aldi. We have a game to continue playing here. Ristolainen, I'm going to reverse it. Well, that Hawks player's forechecking effort prevented that. Dump in with the wrist shot by Karan. We can play to overtime if you want to do that, Chicago. I'm more than happy to. That's a big stretch pass. Simon Luffer caught flat-footed, but he did make his recovery effort. Ristolainen stops behind the net. We're going to set up our breakout. Risto. Waiting for teammates to get into their proper positions. There's a cutback by Karan. Down low. Riley Smith. Deke. Shoot. Save. I don't know if that... Yeah, I assume that was a save. I blinked as the shot was actually taken by Riley Smith. Believe it or not, that's actually a decent play by Ristolainen. If we had any legs there, Corey Perry, we could have got to that puck first. But, he's 37 or whatever. Basically a grandpa in NHL years. So we're going to slap the puck. Oh my God, you've got forwards high on the other side of the zone. If you have a forward hanging out by the blue line and you got a clear lane to just slap the puck along the boards, just do it. Yeah, Riley Smith got that on the net. He did a deke, again, got to some space with the deke. Got a clean shot on the net. That's all I'm asking for. Just get a clean shot on the net right now. No pressure for the Flames in this game. All the pressure is on Chicago. You could maybe say that there's some pressure on the Flames. You'd like to end the series right now, right? You don't want to extend the series beyond 5 games. So, so if we win this game, we are in the Stanley Cup final again. Another dump in because Chicago cannot handle our dump in and retrieval pressure. Oh, centered through. Back up top. Ekblad is going to deflect to Lusty. There's another deke. Blum. Shaw over the head. Watch out. Having your eyes up and paying attention to when that puck is hailing toward the net like that if you're going to have that net front presence. Well, they're offside. Stevenson's offside. I could have wrecked Stevenson. I really thought about it, but I pulled up. You can send me a thank you card in the mail for not absolutely destroying you the way that Aaron Ekblad did on that hit. That one was legal, and while play was still alive. 48.2 seconds from another OT game in this series. So I'm going to, again, getting back to our dump and chase game. See, they rim it up the weak side, and then the forward is there. However, we did get board played, so that didn't allow us to get the puck out of the zone. Thank you, Blum. That was a quick up to Riley Smith, and he dangles around. Keep going, Riley Smith. You're having a shift of the ages. Blum, wrister, deflection in front. It was Perry. Perry is back to it. Now Sagan behind the net. Sagan in front for Perry. Knocked to the corner. We got to go get after this. We got to have that forechecking, urgency, pressure. 6 seconds to go. We're definitely going to OT unless Mrazek gives up the softie of all softies. He will not. The horn sounds. We are in extra time, baby. Go grab a bucket of popcorn, whatever you need to be entertained for the next however long we're going to be playing this game for, because there's a very good possibility these two teams could go to a triple OT. We've seen it before in Game 3. And this is the first time since Game 1 we've been in overtime at the United Center. However, Corey Perry is going to have to answer Andrew Shaw for a hit that Shaw disagreed with. And they're coming to a disagreement here in the corner. Now, Perry, you can really earn a lot of honor from me if you just win this fight. And he really is. He's kicking the ass of Andrew Shaw. He has all of my honor. Give him the C for the rest of the playoff run. That might be a bit of a stretch, but he didn't have to fight for that. Look at the face of Shaw. He tore him up big time. And a escape artist. No, I don't know what... Corey Perry certainly is an escape artist. Beautiful fight. Beautiful hit. The hit was legal. We've got fighting majors for what feels like the first time in this series, but I could be wrong on that one. If we have fought before in this series, I do not remember. I do not recall. But then again, I think I have the memory of a goldfish, so... Back to work in overtime. There we go. Good play, Smith. Keep that pressure up. Keep forcing him along the boards. I'll give you something to fight about. Oh, it's tenacious, isn't it? It's too much to deal with. This forecheck is too much to deal with. Flush him out. Flush him out. They do get out of the zone, but they won't have much to say for this because they're all tired from just trying to break the puck out. They have to go on a line change. Blum, we need to gain the red line and dump it in. On the net, that was... Could you imagine? That's the game winner right there. That's a series clinching goal, is a dump in on Corey Crawford. Or it's Chicago pulling the goaltender for the extra attacker and then passing it backwards into their own net, which is what happened here on this ice in game number 2. That was a crazy chance for Kostitsin to win the game. We've been the better team in this game, easily. And it's been on the hallmark of a great forecheck that has led the way for us in this game. That's why we have a chance. Not giving Chicago a ton of zone time, specifically in this overtime period. That's a great physical play by Luff. However, the Hawks are going to chip it right back. We got a really gritty game going here. We got a bunch of bumping and grinding going on. You're having to work to earn your possessions. The Hawks know this. Paulinen, heavy block, sacrificial play by Paulinen at the blue line. Luff is coming over to help out Ristolainen. And we can't get out right now. They are putting us under duress in our own zone. Huge save on Lievo by Mrazek. Paulinen's waiting for that. He escapes a big body collision. We're going to dump it in because we need to change, and we love our forecheck. Love that forechecking effort. Yeah, Eller came away with that puck, surprisingly to me. Ollie pull up. Boom, cleft bomb, but it is wide. Talusti, wrap around, not a goal. Big save by Crawford. He's feeling the pressure there on that possession. Rink wide for Moore, and he elects to go backwards before he dumps it in. Cross corner. Talusti's job is to retrieve this. He does. Stops up before he's going to be surrounded and harassed by the forecheck of the Blackhawks. Deflection in front. Faxa comes away with this puck. Getting away from the pressure. Nice little puck shield by Faxa. That was amazing. The deke and then the one-handed shield. We go offside. Out of the box is Perry. And who did he fight? Andrew Shaw, I think it was. Oh, I can catch a breath. I really need a breath. Too much action. And too little whistles. Mrazek's made some of the most timely saves you can ask for. Both goaltenders have made very timely saves in this overtime period. So we definitely have to dump that in right there. Forward, getting the puck in an awkward spot near the boards. Definitely got to dump that. Blum, jump up on that. If you're a defenseman, that is not a 50-50 puck. That is a 100% puck. That's a 100%er. You go get after that thing. And it's going to go. And the Hawks stay alive. They win it in overtime. It's a weird one. If you ask me, it's a soft goal by Peter Mrazek. I need the replay to get the full picture of what just happened. Deke moved by Taves, left for Stevenson, and it's just like the St. Louis series. Remember the game winner in that one game that went to overtime in St. Louis, and it just trickled off the pad over the goal line? We've seen another one of those from Mrazek, and it's cost us the game, and it's kept the Chicago Blackhawks alive in this series. There will be a Game 6 to be played in the Calgary Saddledome. And here's the net cam view. That's a save. That's a save. That's not the net cam view of the goal. This is the overhead view of the goal that just won the game. I think they would have scored anyway, as Shaw was crashing the net. So here you go. Alexi Laxo, pulled groin, gone until June 13th. So I thought that's basically, it's 3 weeks away in the game world is what I'm getting at. That's basically, I think that's like the Stanley Cup final. I don't think even if the series went to 7, if the Stanley Cup final went to 7, and we are in the final, because of course we have not eliminated Chicago yet, but should we be in that final, I don't even think he'd be available to play in that game. By the way, I don't know if Chicago are missing. They're missing nobody to injury, so we are just the one team dealing with an injury right now. What about Detroit, since I'm in the screen? Detroit losing anybody? No. And remember, Columbus and Detroit are going at it right now for the right to play for the Stanley Cup. Oh, we need to take a look as well at that series. So what is the series score? It's 3-2 Columbus. So Columbus, remember, they went in, it was a 2-2 tie going into Game 5, so Columbus got the upper hand in that series. Chicago remains alive by winning a crucial, necessary Game 5 on their home ice. We come back home for Game 6 in the next one.